Hey, Kinsey, I wanted to leave you some feedback on essay one. As a whole, things are looking really good in this essay. I like the changes that you made to the paragraph organization from your rough draft. And as I said before, your ability to use descriptive writing is quite good. You mentioned at one point in the essay that you recognize that you have a strong ear for language, and I think that's made apparent uh, by your writing in this essay. Uh, so as a whole, things are working quite well. There's just a couple of things here and there that I want to talk to you about. First off, don't forget to include your header up here in the right hand corner. That's part of formatting for MLA. I really like your descriptive writing in here, but there's like a couple places where like exactly what's going on is a little fuzzy. So you say, your point of this essay, or sorry, your point of this paragraph is to talk about the anxiety that you were experiencing. And your next sentence is the walls that were, painted in this peachy tone now looked gray to you. The soft couch, that where you watched movies, I assume, with your family, quickly became hard. And then you move on to the suitcase. The reader gets a clear sense that you are talking about like the things that you formerly enjoyed, you now view differently because of anxiety. But where you are as a character in the story, like physically, is a little muddy. So I might in this area say, like let the reader know that you're talking about your home, right? Because the walls, we don't exactly know what walls, right? We can kind of make an educated guess there and assume that you mean within your home, but I think this would help. Uh, in addition, I think putting in the idea here that as you packed, right, um, and then as you moved, right. So essentially, what I want you to do is think about how you can use transitions of time or space to help the reader understand exactly what's going on. So before moving, this is how I viewed the home. During moving, this is how I felt. And once we were actually on the way to go, this is how I felt, right? Does that make sense? So the descriptive writing is strong, but I think the use of transitions will make them even stronger. If you're willing to talk about this, I think that actually, never mind. You did. I was going to suggest is that um, well, and you could okay. So this is what I was going to suggest. The reader will want to know why your parents decide to immigrate to the States, and you briefly mentioned that he came here for your mom. So I think that uh, letting the reader know why your mom wanted to come to the States so much, and why your dad was willing to, even though he was hesitant, willing to do that. I think the reader will want that question answered. Um, Here, it sounds like you're talking a lot about cultural and racial tensions, but I don't think you ever directly say it. So if you could directly say it more clearly, uh, right, in this paragraph, I think it will lead into why you chose to kind of hide your identity, or one of the reasons why you kind of felt like you were teetering in between two identities at once, right? Which I think is something that's it's a very common experience for people who immigrate to the United States, right? You feel like you kind of have your foot in both camps. Be certain to edit for formal transitions here as well. Um, and then I like your conclusion in that like you don't have, you know, you feel like you're in the process of healing, though you know that it's still a work in progress, right? As we all are. But I wonder if you could, as instead of tell here, show. So you are fantastic at that descriptive writing. So if you could rely on action or descriptive writing in this final paragraph to kind of show the reader that while you feel like you're kind of putting yourself back together, there's still some work to do. I think the reader will really connect. on a deeper level with what you're saying here. So some of that excellent description that you start the essay with, consider bringing that in towards the end as well. All right, Kinsey, thank you for sharing this, and let me know if you have any questions.